Breaking down the biggest NFL trades in 2024. What you need to know. The 2024 NFL season has been nothing short of electrifying, marked not only by thrilling on-field performances, but also by significant trades that have reshaped teams across the league. Every year, NFL franchises look to bolster their rosters, shed unwanted contracts, or acquire key players that could make the difference between a playoff berth and a Super Bowl run. This year, trades have dominated headlines as teams strategically navigated through roster needs, salary cap restrictions, and future draft picks. From superstar quarterback swaps to unexpected midseason deals, the 2024 NFL trade market has set the tone for a competitive season ahead. In this video, we break down the biggest NFL trades of the year, analyzing what they mean for the teams involved and the broader implications for the league as a whole. 1. The blockbuster quarterback trade. Lamar Jackson to the Atlanta Falcons. Perhaps the most jaw-dropping trade of the 2024 NFL season was the Baltimore Ravens trading their former MVP quarterback Lamar Jackson to the Atlanta Falcons. This move sent shockwaves through the league, given Jackson's importance to Baltimore's offense over the past few years. After several months of contract disputes and speculations about Jackson's future with the Ravens, Baltimore decided to pull the trigger on a trade that sent Jackson to Atlanta in exchange for a massive haul of draft picks, including 2 first-round selections and key defensive players. Impact on the Falcons. For the Falcons, this trade is nothing short of a franchise-altering move. Jackson's dual-threat ability has given Atlanta one of the most dynamic offensive units in the NFL. Surrounded by young talent like wide receiver Drake London and tight end Kyle Pitts, Jackson is expected to elevate the Falcons' offense to elite status. With Jackson at the helm, Atlanta is now considered a top contender in the NFC, with realistic Super Bowl aspirations. Impact on the Ravens. While losing Jackson is a significant blow, the Ravens are clearly in a rebuild mode. The draft picks acquired in the trade will allow Baltimore to restructure its roster and address key weaknesses, particularly on the offensive line and in the secondary. Although the Ravens faced uncertainty at the quarterback position, they are in prime position to draft a top-tier signal caller in the upcoming draft. 2. DeAndre Hopkins reunites with Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns made a huge splash this year by acquiring All-Pro wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins from the Arizona Cardinals. The trade reunites Hopkins with his former Houston Texans teammate, quarterback Deshaun Watson, creating one of the most formidable QB-WR duos in the NFL. Hopkins' time in Arizona had grown tense, with rumors swirling about his desire to leave a struggling franchise. The Cardinals, on the other hand, were in the midst of a rebuild and opted to trade Hopkins in exchange for draft picks and a young defensive player. Impact on the Browns. With Hopkins joining an already potent offense that includes running back Nick Chubb and wide receiver Amari Cooper, Cleveland has bolstered its chances of making a deep playoff run. Hopkins' chemistry with Watson is undeniable, as they previously formed one of the league's best tandems in Houston. This trade instantly elevates Cleveland's passing attack, giving Watson a reliable target who can take over games. Impact on the Cardinals. Arizona's decision to part ways with Hopkins signals a commitment to a long-term rebuild. By trading their star receiver, the Cardinals have freed up significant salary cap space and acquired additional draft capital, which will be crucial as they look to rebuild around young talent. While they lose a key offensive weapon, Arizona is now better positioned to improve its roster for the future. 3. Aaron Donald heads to the Miami Dolphins. In one of the most surprising trades of 2024, the Los Angeles Rams sent All-Pro defensive tackle Aaron Donald to the Miami Dolphins. After years of anchoring the Rams' defense and earning 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, Donald expressed a desire for a fresh start. The Rams, facing cap issues and lacking draft capital, saw an opportunity to shed his hefty contract while acquiring several high-value draft picks in return. Impact on the Dolphins. Miami's defense, which was already formidable, now becomes a top-tier unit with the addition of Donald. His ability to disrupt opposing offenses from the interior will complement a defense that features star cornerback Xavier Howard and edge rusher Jalen Phillips. With Donald in the fold, the Dolphins have transformed into legitimate contenders in the AFC, pairing a lethal defense with an explosive offense led by quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Impact on the Rams. While the loss of Donald is monumental, the Rams front office had little choice but to make the move due to financial constraints. The draft picks acquired from Miami will be instrumental in replenishing a roster that has grown thin in recent years. The Rams are now expected to focus on building a younger, more affordable defense, though the loss of a generational talent like Donald will be difficult to overcome. 4. Trey Lance finds a new home in Minnesota. After years of speculation and a tumultuous tenure with the San Francisco 49ers, former first-round quarterback Trey Lance was traded to the Minnesota Vikings. The 49ers, who had largely moved on from Lance in favor of Brock Purdy, traded the young quarterback in exchange for mid-round draft picks, bringing an end to an era of uncertainty in San Francisco. Impact on the Vikings. For Minnesota, this trade represents a low-risk, high-reward opportunity. With Kirk Cousins nearing the end of his contract, the Vikings needed a long-term solution at quarterback. Lance, still young and with immense potential, will have the chance to sit and learn behind Cousins for a season before potentially taking over as the starter. If Lance develops into the player many thought he could be when drafted, Minnesota may have found its quarterback of the future. Impact on the 49ers. By trading Lance, the 49ers have doubled down on Brock Purdy as their quarterback of the future. The mid-round draft picks received in the trade will provide San Francisco with valuable assets to strengthen its already formidable roster. While the Lance experiment didn't pan out as expected, the 49ers remain in a strong position to compete in the NFC. 5. Derrick Henry traded to the Buffalo Bills. In another shocking move, the Tennessee Titans traded All-Pro running back Derrick Henry to the Buffalo Bills. Henry, one of the most dominant running backs in NFL history, had spent his entire career with the Titans, but with Tennessee during a rebuild, the franchise opted to trade Henry in exchange for a package of draft picks. Impact on the Bills. Buffalo has long been searching for a premier running back to complement their explosive passing game, led by quarterback Josh Allen. With Henry now in the fold, the Bills' offense becomes even more dangerous. Henry's bruising running style will not only help the Bills control the clock, but also take pressure off Allen in critical situations. This trade has instantly positioned Buffalo as a Super Bowl favorite. Impact on the Titans. For Tennessee, trading Henry marks the end of an era. While it's a difficult move for the franchise and its fans, the trade was necessary to facilitate the team's rebuilding process. The draft picks acquired from Buffalo will allow the Titans to address various needs across the roster, including offensive line and wide receiver. Trades that shape the future. The 2024 NFL season has been defined by blockbuster trades that have transformed the landscape of the league. From franchise-altering quarterback deals to elite defensive and offensive players finding new homes, these trades are shaping the future of the NFL. As teams continue to jockey for position in an increasingly competitive league, expect more moves and surprises in the coming months. The impact of these trades will be felt not only this season but for years to come, as franchises build toward their ultimate goal, winning the Super Bowl. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.